everybody. Welcome. This is our PAC team for the day. We have a happy Monday team. I apologize if you can hear the lawn being mowed in the background. It finally hit above 55 degrees, so that cues everybody to go outside, and as soon as one sees one going, the rest follows suit. It's lawn envy is what I'm told. So we are in the midst of the lawn mowing, so I apologize for that. I am going to have us share a couple things today. First, we're going to start off with the term sequence matters, which one of our very good friends, Lauren, who's on the call today and who's going to be listening in, told a few years ago, and it just has always resonated with our team, and it's become a PAC team phrase that we use. Where this comes from is this idea of using latex gloves. So PAC team, I'd like everybody to take a moment to share with me what are some ideas of where this story could potentially go. What are gloves for, and what are some sequence matters ideas that you have where we would be using gloves?
Well, right now everybody's using gloves.
Yeah, I was going to say, going to the grocery store.
Oh, going to the grocery store. It's important to have gloves nowadays. What else are we using gloves for?
Hands-on care.
Hands-on care. Hopefully changing them out every new interaction that we're having, but maybe some are not quite so lucky. What gloves are intended for, right, is to protect that layer in between. Any other ideas on stories and thoughts where sequence matters? Well, we're going to explore that for a minute because, as I said on the page, for many nurses especially, which Lauren was a nurse, this is what the gloves were actually used for. Nowadays they're a much higher commodity, but these are some examples. So when going to create one of these lovely balloon animals, you have to use a pretty good chunk of your brain, right? So it's not just the prefrontal cortex, although that is a pretty big component. You've got to sort of think about it and make a decision that you don't need the gloves for something else, and then you're going to create this thing, so you make all of those things happen, and then you've got to start this process, and then the sequence matters. Because it's not just using the prefrontal brain to think about all this stuff. It's now, how do you get the rest of your brain? And if you take your two hands and you spread your hands wide and kind of cap the crown of your head, the most outer part of your brain, your thinking brain, your cortex, is actually for movement and sensation. And so you're having to tell your body, which is connected to those two parts up there, the big chunks of brain, to do something. So when we look at what are those steps, we've got blow up balloon. That's step one. Step two, tie balloon. Step three, draw a funny face. And step four, bat the balloon around like a volleyball, or set it in your coworker's chair to scare them, or whatever else it is that you'd like to do with said balloon. Lauren, who's living with Lewy Body and who attends a day program, well, used to when they could operate things, tried to do this with her friend. And they were like, great, step one, blow up balloon. Oh, I'm having a hard time blowing it up. Oh, well, let me try. Oh yeah, I'm good at that part. Okay, step two, tie balloon. Oh shoot, I can't do, it's a lot harder to do the tying once it's blown up. I have an idea. Let's tie it because it's much easier to tie the balloon when it's not blown up. So we'll tie the balloon and then you'll blow it up. Well, the tying happened, and then, hence the phrase, sequence matters. So we have this running joke, thanks to Lauren, and she's got an article coming out. You can see just a little snippet of it. Our April online dementia journal, a free journal's coming out this week. It's sent for editing. It's ready to go. So be on the lookout this week. And you'll be able to read her article this month, but she writes an article every single month, and they're always humorous. They're always engaging, and they're really just fascinating. She's a wonderful and extremely good storyteller. So tune in for that. But how does this look when we're talking about something like standing up, sitting down, brushing teeth, going to the bathroom, all the things that we do on a daily basis that now need a little bit of a trigger because that prefrontal cortex isn't working as well as it would. So now we're going to watch, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. Now we're going to watch a video of Teepa engaging with someone that we would state is an emerald state. His name is Gordon, and he was having a hard time standing up. And so we're going to watch her help trigger that prefrontal cortex, because what it will look like if you can't trigger the prefrontal cortex is anger or frustration because you're trying to fight against the sequence instead of going with the sequence or initiating the sequence. So we're going to try to see how Teepa does it step by step by step to support Gordon in standing up. While I'm getting that queued up, PAC team members, anything else you wanted to share? Any other places where you've seen that sequence really matters, whether it's for yourself or someone living with dementia? And what do we do? What are some of the action starters that you've found useful to get things started?
Somebody on Facebook made the comment that we use gloves for food prep. And I think how important that is if we're, we want to get all the food out, we don't have our gloves. So all of a sudden we can't touch the food. So we're stopped.
Yeah, really important. And not just food prep now, but food prep always. And when we think about spread of this thing, COVID-19, there's a lot of sequencing that really matters. If I touch a surface and then I touch my face, ooh, that's a sequence I've been doing my whole life. That's part of my primitive brain. It's going to be real hard for me to stop that motion, especially if I'm lacking that impulse control up here. So instead, it's trying to think about how can we better prepare surfaces? How can we better support in between so that when I do touch a surface and then I touch my face, it's not panic stations, because that's not really how our brains work. So yeah, great point, Christy. Any other thoughts from the team before we watch this little video?
I've noticed in my work that sequence matters a lot with getting dressed. So supporting someone getting started maybe by one item at a time. Yeah, getting connected and then supporting them with one item at a time. Also knowing finding out what their sequence was, because some people put on their shirt first and some people put on their pants first. And so that's definitely one. And making sure, like I've seen the bra on the outside or 2 socks on one foot.
Yeah, so Catherine said something really interesting. Learn your partner's sequence, because your sequence and my sequence, unless it's blowing up a balloon, which is 3 simple steps, something like taking a shower or getting dressed or fixing breakfast or any of the other tasks that we go through on a day-to-day basis, my sequence might be very different than your sequence, and I won't be triggering the rest of that big part of your brain if I start on the wrong step for you. So really important, really great idea to have those conversations or watch to see what is the sequence of my care partner before I jump in and try to help. So let's go ahead and take a look at Teepa supporting Gordon to stand up, because he keeps saying, yeah, but yet he will not stand up. So let's watch and see what she does.
Hey, Gordon.
What?
Let's go out here. Come with me?
All right.
All right.
It's not raining yet.
No, sir. Not out where we're going.
All right.
Okay. Tell you what, push your chair back. Perfect. Pull your feet back. Okay. That's it. Good. Now, time to stand up.
Right.
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. There you go. Hold on here. Get stable. Perfect. Hold right there. Okay, now I want you to stand tall. Yeah, there you go, up top. I'm gonna rub.
So not only is Gordon able to do it, but now he has an audience that's proud too. So feel free to check that one out. That's a freebie on YouTube. It's called Let's Get Moving if you want to watch it on your own. Don't forget, if you want to go on any of our social media outlets or our website, you can like, subscribe, license, and even share some of our content. We had TIPA clips come out yesterday, and they are really, really exciting subscription service that we provide now at a basic or premium level. And TIPA's on every morning at 8 a.m. and we're on every afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget to search for Lauren with a side of Louis body on our website to check out more articles and more stories. And thanks, Lauren, for being willing to share that one with us. Thanks everybody on the PAC team. You guys keep us going. So. All right, go and start something else enjoyable and sequence through it appropriately and then end it and then move on to something else because this is over. So.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread TIPA's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.